keep it easy. I'll tell you the preference on grips that I like to do. The verbiage that I use with my students is that these are called power grips, right? So we'll create a little bit of an algorithm, a bit of an equation, right? So if I pick the guard and I pick the grips, that's going to equal specific opportunities because of those grips. I.e., if I play De La Riva with 2 sleeves or De La Riva with 2 collars or De La Riva with they're going to show different types of valuable tilts, different types of options, right? So keep that in mind. So I'm going to play De La Riva with a cross collar and a heel or a pant. I'm going to break down how you look at that position, the four tilts that you have, and then talk about like, hey, here's how I look at these options, okay? I'll go on this side, yeah. So I'm in De La Riva. I'm going to play cross collar. I'm going to play on the heel or the pant. That's up to you, doesn't matter to me. I understand now the direction. I'm looking at Dennis's hips and I think the square, right? So I'm already on my side. I'm not flat. If I was flat, it'd be really hard to create momentum with this. So I know already looking at it, my diagonals for my tilts. If I try to tilt Dennis, not in a diagonal, but up, down, left, or right, this is gonna flatten me out. This is gonna make it really hard for me to move, and I don't have power and have a lot of ability to do anything, right? Completely changing if I then go in a completely different direction. Now I'm on my opposite side. So I went to that diagonal on this side, my bottom right, his top right, whatever it may be, but now I'm on this side, right? So I obviously can't tilt back to that side, but now I'm on my side, so then I can see an opportunity to come back and tilt far, back left, come back, oh, now I can tilt back right, oh, now I can come back and I can tilt top left, but what you're seeing is this element of joysticking and moving around, right? So that's the foundational layer of the position. I pick the guard, I pick the grips, here are the 4 tilts and the diagonals, right? What we would aim at is being able to use these tilts, this position to stop Dennis from passing. So I know that if I use this, and I don't try to hold him there, but if I use my movement and keeping him from being able to use his hands to be able to break grips and pass the position, I'm gonna have a lot of value, right? Now, this is where we then think about when I create and unlock that, what would I do next? Well, we think about, well, when I tilt him, right? So when I tilt him, here's my opportunity for a technique, right? Well, I could set up for a single leg and sweep, right? His hands on that. Oh, this could be my opportunity to put my foot in his hip and go into a different guard, right? So you're seeing the opportunity that in terms of a sequence, it's the guard, it's a tilt, and then comes a sweep, a transition, some type of grip exchanging, or a sub, right? So that's going to be specifically for every guard. So that's how you see that. Now, as a white belt, sometimes you think, well, I have guard, I just do a technique. Sure, right? So again, I want you to see this, is that if you were thinking about this incorrectly, and I'm purely just here, and I just think single leg, well, this is going to be really hard for me to sit up and go single leg now, right? Why? Because we're not understanding there's something that comes before that. It's going to be the tilt, okay? So that's going to be specifically the understanding of doing it conceptually, as an example from De La Riva. We'll do a few other positions as well. But this is how I would convey you to think about your guard. So you can pick any guard you want. Some guards are going to be more challenging than others. You can pick any grips that you want in combination with the choice you made about your guard. That could be more challenging than others. And then just think about the 4 tilts, the ability to stay in a state of moving and being able to not get stuck. And once you unlock that, which will take a lot of time, then you can see the opportunity to sweep, submit, or transition, right? So again, stay in that area. The value in me stopping him from passing or submitting me is going to be just to be able to be really comfortably moving from tilt to tilt, okay? Not saying, hey, I can't really tilt him that well, I'm going to try and sweep him in 5 seconds. You can do what you want to. That's just what I would suggest, right? So that should help. And again, we'll do it from a couple different variations so you can see. But anytime that you're in the guard, it's going to be the same concept. The grips and the angles of the tilts are going to help. And then from there, we can do anything else we want to do at a later date.